Our agenda for this video is to introduce you to action points within TotalView, to help you understand how action points can be used, administers, and some of the special directives that one can use when implementing action points in TotalView. TotalView employs the concept of action points, which specify an action to perform when a thread or a process reaches a location in source code or a machine instruction in your program. Action points can be loaded or saved and shared across your team. TotalView supports 4 types of action points, each of which will be discussed at length in subsequent videos to this one. But briefly, the 4 types of action points that can be set within TotalView begin with breakpoints. A breakpoint is the simplest kind of action point that you can employ. A breakpoint stops execution of a process or a thread as soon as it is reached. The second kind of action point that you can implement within TotalView is an evaluation point. Again, we'll go into greater detail about evaluation points, but generally speaking, an evaluation point allows you to create an expression that is evaluated when that point is reached. The third type of action point in TotalView is a watch point. Now, a watch point looks at a location in memory and identifies when that location has changed, and a barrier point which looks for thread synchronizations. And we'll go through each of these in greater depth in subsequent videos, but for the moment, those are the 4 types that you have available in TotalView. When working with TotalView action points, you can independently enable and disable an action point either locally at the line of code here or on the action points panel. I'll open it here for real estate by going to it and enabling or disabling it there. You can also dive to that location in source code. Unless otherwise changed, action points apply to all of the threads in a process. In order to change that, you would right-click and select a when hit behavior to change the width of the action point. Action points will be individually identified within the TotalView action point panels by their type. If I were to create, as an example, a watch point on the value of str, this would show up in my panel a little bit different than my breakpoint as a type watch point, which of course I still can control the properties of individually. The length of memory that I'm watching, the address, and then the scope of what behavior happens as a result of this action point firing. And lastly, for the purposes of this segment, I'll bring your attention to the controls in TotalView along the top. These controls allow one to step forward, step back, and dive into their code for debugging. The control all the way to the left allows you to set scope, for example, to process or thread. And then as it is that I have thread 1.1 currently selected and highlighted, I can actually set up a breakpoint specific to that thread and then step forward as I move through in my code. And if I had replay engine enabled, a topic for another video, I can actually walk backward as well. Well, that's about all the time that we have for this quick introductory video of action points within TotalView.